Hi, my name's Jeff Makarevich, and welcome to Wine and Dine with Jeff, where I'll make a healthy dinner from start to finish and pair it with wines from around the world. Let's fill up that glass. Hi, I'm Jeff Makarevich, and welcome to Wine and Dine with Jeff. Today we're doing an Italian classic, Pasta Carbonara. It is so easy and simple. It's 5 ingredients, dinner's on the table in a matter of 25 minutes, but I have really important tips to make it as classic and as authentic as you can possibly get it. And we're pairing it with this Gavi grape that's an Italian. You're gonna love it. I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. Now the star of the show here is the guanciale right here. And that is pork cheeks. So it is very important to try to find the guanciale. You can look online, that's where I looked, but I actually had my local butcher have some. So what you wanna do with this guanciale is you wanna cut it into nice bite-sized pieces. So just come down here and we're gonna cut it into nice bite-sized chunks. We have all of our guanciale all diced up nice with big bite-sized pieces. Now, if you can't find the guanciale, which would make it authentic Italian, because it's that Italian pork cheeks, it's delicious. But if you can't find that, a pancetta would be a good, use if you can't find the guanciale. So you could always switch it out for the pancetta. Now we have some eggs here. And we have some pecorino cheese. Now that is another authentic thing. So with the Italians, not so much of the Parmesan, but they do Parmesan, but it's more of the pecorino, which is an Italian sheep's milk. So we have eggs right in here, and all the exact measurements are right down below. I have some 2 whole eggs and just some yolks in here also. And we're just going to add the pecorino cheese right to that. And as you can see, it's going to look really thick. And that's perfectly fine, because we are going to temper these eggs before we put them into the pasta to make sure that we don't have scrambled eggs in the end. So let's get our water rolling and our pan going. Now it is important to have your pasta done at the same time that you're finished browning your guanciale and you've rendered all the fat out. So I have the pasta going, the water going over here. I want to add some salt. You know what I always say about pasta water, right? It should taste like the ocean. That's how you're flavoring everything. So make sure you get enough salt in there so it tastes like the ocean, right? Okay, other next important tip. The pan is cold. Cold! We are rendering the fat out of this guanciale. Just very little oil, not much at all, because all the fat is going to render out of there. So I'm going to throw the guanciale in a cold pan, right? I'm turning this to a medium low, and we want the guanciale, all this fat that's in the guanciale cheeks, to render out. That's what's going to give you the creaminess in the pasta carbonara, along with these eggs, because there is no cream in pasta carbonara. None whatsoever. It all comes from that fat and the eggs, but it is so delicious. And we'll get back to that, and I'll show you how this fat renders out and what it looks like. But let's talk really quickly about the Gavi. This is in the Piedmont area of Italy. It's a beautiful grape. It has notes of apple, with a little bit of almond, and there's like wildflower, scent of wildflower, and it's nice and crisp. It will just break through the fat from this guanciale. It'll work perfectly together with this. You're gonna love, I love introducing you to new wines, and I don't know how many of you know anything about Gavi. It is an awesome, awesome white wine. So we'll let that render out. We'll get back to that in a few minutes. I just wanted to show you, look at all the fat that's starting to render out of this guanciale right now. Now that's what we want. And now when you start to see that, this has only been a few minutes, I have fresh cracked black pepper that is going into the pan. So I wanted to let the fat render out a little because I didn't want the black pepper to burn at the bottom of the pan until I got some oil in. So now's the perfect time to add that freshly cracked black pepper right on in. We're gonna let that go further. Our pasta is in there boiling, so we're all gonna marry up here very shortly. I wish you could smell how good this smells in here with this guanciale. Now, important step. See all the fat that has rendered out of this guanciale? We are gonna take some of this and we are gonna temper the eggs. And we are going to bring them up to temperature with a little bit of the fat from the guanciale. I'm going to take a little bit more, and then we're going to take a little bit of the actual and of the boiling pasta water. That is going to go in also. Slowly bringing up the temperature of the eggs, so we don't have scrambled eggs. We don't want scrambled eggs, right? And a little bit of the pasta water coming on in. Okay. There we go. Now look at that. Look how creamy that is looking. Perfect. I'm gonna do just a scotch more of the pasta water, and we are tempered up and ready to roll. We are ready to roll here. Now, that pasta is just going to be done in about a minute, and I'm going to transfer it directly to the pot here, okay? Okay, next important tip is I shut the heat off on the guanciale. So the heat is off on the guanciale right now. The pasta is just now finished. I'm going to transfer it directly right into the guanciale, into that nice, beautiful pork cheeks. Okay, right on in it goes. Okay. We're just gonna move this around. We're bringing down the temperature right now. Moving this around. Coating all the noodles with that beautiful, beautiful sauce. I'm going to add just a scotch more water into here. Just like that. Keep tossing. Keep tossing. A little bit more water. A little bit more water. There we go. And this is where you get your creaminess from. That and then the eggs. So we are definitely cooling down, and we warmed up the eggs so they are ready to get tossed in. Pour directly right on in. Right on in, and let that egg and cheese, pecorino cheese, just melt. Look at this. Look how creamy and decadent that is. Oh my God, we are done. It's that simple. Look how simple and easy that is. That is just plain delicious. And there is no cream in there. And look how creamy it looks. So I am ready to plate up, and I am ready to eat. I would first like to thank all my subscribers And if you're not yet a subscriber, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my recipes. And don't forget to like and share. But the most important thing is to dig into this pasta carbonara. This looks so good. Okay, I'm gonna destroy this perfect looking tower that I made. Okay, there's just no easy way of doing this. Here we go, big bite. I gotta get some guanciale in there too, right? Mmm. 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 Mouthful. That is so good. Mmm. Creamy, delicious. 5 ingredients. It is so easy. Thank you for stopping by Wine and Dine with Jeff, and we'll see you next week.